Hey guys, what's up? So I will be talking about a simple game app that I recently wrote, and this game is just word search, which I believe that most of you have played before. But I'm gonna introduce the game rules real quick, just in case some of you don't know. So basically, in every word search game, there will be a game board like this that is filled with letters, and you want to find the words that can be formed by the letters, and by formed by the letters there are some constraint on it. So the letters you choose to form a word must be adjacent and also be on a line. And by be on a line, I mean, the letters can either be on a horizontal line or vertical line or diagonal line, but they must be together. You can't just jump from one letter to another letter. All right, and this game, this game is different from the traditional word search game that you play on a piece of paper, where more commonly you play on the newspaper. Is that you're not playing it just by your own and seeing what you can got. So here you are playing against computer component opponents, and the reason I do it is because I searched for some online word search game before I wrote this, and I found that most of them only have the single player mode. But I just feel like playing against another player, whether it's real human or a computer, would be more interesting. All right. So without further ado, let's talk about the implementation of the app. And you can see here that it's really simple. It's just basic HTML plus CSS plus JavaScript, mostly jQuery. And now let's see if we can just run the app and see how does it work. And we'll talk about the code in more detail. So to run this app, you will simply need to copy this command here and copy it into a terminal or the code editor, and this just run this command. And you see that it's running on port 8000. So I just go to localhost 8000 here, and voila, this is our word search game. And you see that it's all in black and white, which I love. And now I just find some words here and see how does this app work. So I found the he here. What else? There's a hi. Um, what else? There's a to here. There's a if here. Oh, there are a handful of words, but I'm gonna just choose this he here. And to choose a word, you wanna firstly just click on letter that is at either end of the word. So seeing that you found the word apple, and you want to click on either the first A or the last E, and both are fine. And for here, I'm just gonna click on the H here. And after click, you see that there are some positions that are highlighted, and they are just indications of the legal second click, because as I said, the words has to be on a line. And here I'm just gonna click on the E here. So I don't know if you noticed, but after I click on this E, a few things go on. So firstly, Here it shows the text and found word he, and then I gain two points, two scores here. And then real quick, the computer found another word, do, which is here, and it also gains two more points. And I'll just choose a few more words. Hi, the computer found it, and I got what I got. Yeah, I have a it here. Oh, the computer found me. So I'm just gonna stop playing here and continue talking about the app. So again, um, on the right hand side is basically just a game board that you play against the computer. On the right hand panel, there are some information as well as some settings you can change and some buttons you can click on. So these are just the scores of you and your opponent. And here, two settings you can change of the game. So the first one is the computer level, and the second one is the board size. And I guess the board size is more straightforward. And each game just starts with a 10 by 10 game board by default. And I can just change it to 20 or 30. And yeah, and I put the limit here is 10 to 30. And the reason I do that is just because the larger the board size is, the little, the um, more little the letters will be. So I think 30 is still acceptable, but no more than that. And what does the computer level here mean here? So you see that there are three options: beginner, normal, or master. And basically, what does it mean is how many vocabulary does the computer know, um, is it equipped with. And I'll be talking about how this is implemented later. But just I can just click on this and just trust me that the computer is getting better at this now. So this area is the game log area, or like the data log. And it reflects, first of all, the words you and the computer chose, like he do and stuff. And it also reflects the changes you made on the game. So yeah, we updated the board size and also changed the computer level. And below that, there are two more buttons. So the first one is new game. It's pretty straightforward. And the second one is see computer results. What does this mean? So uh, I said that you are playing against a computer opponent, and how does the computer opponent know all of the potential words in this every time randomly generated game board? So basically, the computer brute force all of the cells, and so every time a new game is started, the computer will brute force the game board and search for all of the potential words. And then it will put all of the words it found into an array. So each time you choose a word, after you choose a word, the computer will just, pick another word from the array and play against you. And this C computer result will basically print all of the words it found onto this board here. And yeah, let's just try it out. I'll just change it into a smaller board by refreshing this. Let's see how this works. So yeah, I found word B, so do, which is correct, as we can see here. And if as we make the board size larger and also fit into more words into the computer, we'll find more words like these. Wow, yeah, there's quite a few, quite a lot of words. Okay, so I guess that's all about how does the game work. And oh, there are some more things. So the score here, every time it adds a score, it seems like it adds two, but actually it adds the length of the word you or your computer opponent found, and it's just, well, we found a lot of two letters word, but saying that if you found the map here, you'll get 3 points. Saying that the computer found talk here, you'll get 4 points. And how does the game terminate? So, well, the game just terminates whenever you or your opponent cannot find another new word. So saying that you have now found 5 words, the computer also found four, and it has no more words in that array, and you're just gonna win. And you can choose either to start a new game, or you can continue playing by yourself on your own and searching for some other words. Okay, and I guess that's all I want to talk about the game. And let's now go into the code and see what I want to talk about. So again, this is the folder of the whole project. And I guess just pretty simple. It's just HTML plus the JS plus CSS plus the corpus folder. And corpus just in natural language processing, we're just in linguistic, means a collection of words. So you see that there are 3 files, and they are just files of a collection of words. And this 1000.txt simply means that in this file there are 1000 words, and likewise for the rest too. And so I think you can guess, you can figure it out that this beginner just corresponds to to these 1000 words that the computer only know 1000 words, and this master corresponds to that. While there's some overlap among these files, but potentially it means that the computer are equipped with 9,000 words in total. And yeah, and let's see the HTML. It's pretty simple, just less than 100 lines of code. And this is the placeholder for the game board. It's just a table, and now it's empty because I generated the table cells, the letters using jQuery, and now it's just this placeholder here. And below that is the right hand side panel. It's the scores of you and your opponents. It's the settings you can change and a ton of buttons that I talked about. And that's it. And this is the script here, the JS script. And all of the scripts are written here. It's mostly jQuery, but I guess the name, they are self-explanatory. So basically, the function, like the logic of the app, is that whenever all of the stuff is loaded, we just want to firstly render the game board here, and then we'll set up the right-hand side panel and define the behavior of these buttons. And here is the thing I talked about, that the computer searched for all of the words and put them in an array that used to be playing against the player, and here define the behavior or the operation that is allowed by the user, like whenever you choose a word or click on a letter. And let's see the JS code in more detail. So yeah, it's pretty. Nothing is really hard, but I'll be talking about this search word function, and you can see that it's basically just like a DFS, where at each cell the computer searched into these four directions and see if there's a words. So I thought about using a data structure called try when I implemented this piece of code. And try is just something like a tree that stores a bunch of strings. And it's good because inserting and looking up a word into this try data structure both takes O in time, where n is the length of the word. So it's pretty fast. But well, for now we just have less than 10,000 words. So this, kind of brute force way will do. And if there are a million words, you should use a try for that. And here defines the behavior of the user. So first of all, you can see that whenever I move my mouse, there's some animation, there's a shadow effect, and these lines of code define that. And these lines defines, until here defines the first click of the user. That whenever you click, there will be some yellow highlighted letters here. And then this line defines the second click. Where is it? Oh, starting from here, where you actually, finish choosing your word. And after that, we'll just see, the corpus contains that word. And after that, what happens is that there will be a two second delay followed by the computer play. So the 2 second delay is for making the app, looking more real. Because if we don't have it, so it'll be like whenever you choose a word, the computer will just, without any delay, pick up for the second, pick up for another word. And, just feel like a little frustrating. And adding this 2 second delay will make it more real. And the computer play function, again, just as I talked about, fetch a word from, this array and just output it and remove it because you don't want to, pick it a second time. And below are just some helper functions, I guess. Yeah. So when I I wrote this project basically as a practice of jQuery. And another thing that I learned during writing this is that, so I tell you to use this command here to run this app. But why is that when there's only HTML and JavaScript? Well, it's actually because the Chorus protocol is because you can't actually get access to the corpus to your local files from the HTML and JS running on the browser. Well, it's just illegal, based on the protocol. So what you have to do is that you have to run your project on a server, and then because all of your HTML and JS, as well as your local text files, are run on this local host, so that you can get access to your corpus to read your files from here, from there. And to read them, you need to just send the GET request, and then just fetch the response text of that request. And only doing so will give you back the the content of the local file. So yeah, I think that's all I want to say. And if you um, like the game, feel free to give it a shot. Thank you. Bye.